How's it going, people? Bobby here once again. You might know me online as IronHammer5, and today the Cthulhu RTA turned up. So I know a lot of people are keen to see it, so I thought I'd do a little unboxing of it and then share my thoughts about it after I've vaped it a little bit. So check it out. Here it is then, guys, the Cthulhu RTA, still in its box. It's a little plasticky box which could actually be quite handy for putting some vaping kind of stuff in, I guess. It has the Cthulhu logo on the front there, a little QR code which I haven't scanned, but I would assume it goes to their website. It just pops open. Inside we have the tank, and we have a bag of stuffs. She's got a whole bunch of O-rings, some spare screws, coils, pre-built coils which look really black for some reason. Everything you're going to need there. There's all kinds of stuff in there. There's parts that I don't even recognise. Oh, they're little grub screws. Oh, there's also another little bag with some stainless grub screws in there as well. So little tiny Allen head ones. The Allen key is in there. Some people don't like Allen heads, but it doesn't really bother me. If it makes them stay in better, then that's fine with me. How often do you change your build? Like, it's not that hard to find an Allen key. So here's the tank anyway, guys. You can see inside there we have the Cthulhu logo on there, and it looks very clean at first glance. This is me opening it for the first time, and it is it feels very cleanly made. Just everything feels kind of smooth, like where the joins are is very, very smooth. The drip tip looks nice. It's held in there very nicely. It's not wobbly really. So there it is. Let's take it apart, shall we, and see. It's got bottom fill and top fill. So I believe, so from what I've seen in the pictures, this top part here comes off for top fill. So what you would do is you would close your airflow off at the bottom and then open this top part here, and then it's got 4 little holes inside there, kind of like a K-fun, and you can fill it from the top. It's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is just, like I say, I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to take it all apart, just have a little look at it, and then I'm going to go away and build it, and then come back and let you know my thoughts after an hour or so of vaping on it. So this top, it comes off, it unscrews for a long time. It took me a while to unscrew that. Then you've got your glass tank section. I wish there was a spare one of those. Hopefully they make those easily available. Then you have a chimney section which comes into 2 parts. And then we have the build deck. There's another ring, comes off by the looks of it. Let's get the build deck right out. And from the pictures it looked like the airflow control ring pops off too. There's your airflow, you can adjust it. Feels very smooth and nice and pretty solid, like it's not going to go anywhere once you've set it to where you want it really. And then here's the part that everyone wants to see, I guess, which is the build deck. You've got the block in the middle, you've got those big chunky airflow holes and big wide juice channels in there as well. They are really, really big, so when I build this I'm going to be putting the wick in the juice channels, because otherwise I'm going to kind of build it like a lot of people are building the Goblin, I think, because it's a very similar style deck. Massive airflow holes. I think they're 3mm airflow holes and 2.5mm juice channels. And there it is up close, I guess. On the bottom we have Cthulhu and a serial number. Mine's number 0505. Let's put it back together again and give you one last little look at it. Chimney section on the bottom. Once we put that on, you can see just how much space there is for juice to get into these channels here. It's a real big juice channel, so I'm looking forward to that. It looks like there might be another part that comes out there, but it doesn't. It twists. Oh, it's just the airflow control twisting. Then you have the metal ring on the bottom. If I can get it to screw on. Threads are nice, to be honest, so far. That top chimney section, when I screwed the top section on, it was a bit weird. It feels very nice. The O-rings in there, you can, it feels like it seals nicely when you put it together, as you put that chimney section on there. And this is the part where, when I took it off, it was a bit weird, and kind of putting it back on is the same. Takes a lot of turning to get it down, and that loose tank section in the middle is, it's a bit weird. I guess once you get used to it. This is my first time playing around with it. It goes back together very nicely, and nice strip tip. So there it is, people, all ready to be built and to play with. So what I'm going to do, as I mentioned, is I'm going to get away, spend some time building it, playing with it, vaping it, and then I'll come back once I've done that to let you all know how I'm finding it. So since that part I've built it, I've vaped it, I've got it here with some juice in. It is, of course, it's Lime Crime by Vape Boy on my binge, and I got some more of it today. They sent me some more. How awesome. Anyhow, stop ranting on about awesome tasting juice. Let's talk about this. I built it at 0.4 ohms. It was 26 gauge, 6 wraps, around a 2.5mm drill bit. The reason I chose 2.5mm, aside from the fact that it's a size I use a lot anyway, is that the juice channels are 2.5mm too. So I figured if the cotton fits through the coil at 2.5mm, it should fit into those big chunky juice channels. I'm using, it's a 70-30 juice, and I'll put a little picture of my build on there right now. I stuffed quite a bit of cotton in there into those juice channels to make sure it doesn't flood, and it's been wicking really nicely. If you're using a thicker Fiji juice, you probably want to use a little bit less cotton than what I did. It was quite tricky to get the chimney section over the top of my build with all that wick in there, but I did manage to get it on there. Let's give it a little vape. And that's at 34 watts, 3.7 volts, 0.4 ohm coil. It's really decent vapor production, really decent airflow, solid lung hit. Almost feels like vaping a dripper. It's really, really fucking close. I haven't been vaping it for all that long, so I can't comment on it too much. I will do a full review in the future, but it wicks well, goes through juice fast, like you can pretty much see it going down with each vape, like it really does drink it. But if you want a tank to use when, if you're a dripper like me and you want a tank that's going to kind of compare to make it a bit more simple, the top fill, I used the top fill to fill it with the airflow closed. I've had no flooding or anything like that, just solid wicking. You can see the air bubbles coming up in it now. You might have just been able to catch that one on camera. I'm impressed. The build deck was nice to work on. The grub screws, if you screw it too tight, it will cut your wire, and if it does it on the wrong side of the coil, it's going to pop back out, so be careful with that. They hold the build in there nicely once you've got them in, though. The juice is disappearing by a fucking second, but it's really nicely made, it feels. Everything goes together well. Really solid vape. The drip tip is lovely. I'm really impressed with it at first glance. Like I say, I've had it since earlier today. I just unboxed it, built it, and I've been vaping it for about half an hour maybe. It's been about an hour since I recorded that last part. So like I say, not a whole lot. I've gone through like half a tank already. Long drags, deep drags, long hits with no dry hits at all so far. The way I vape, even on like sub-tank coils, if I go at it, I get dry hits. Same with other RTAs, I always struggle because of the way I vape. But this is ticking all the boxes right now. So a full review will be coming up, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this quick first look at the Cthulhu RTA. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to check out all my future videos. Follow me on Twitter, I'm IronHammer5 on there, and on Instagram. And I'll leave you with one last vape of the Cthulhu RTA. I can pronounce it, unlike Todd. I only know that because there's a Cradle of Filth song called Cthulhu Dawn, and that's why I know how to say Cthulhu. But there we go, guys. I'll see you all soon. Take care. And bye-bye.